I am Nana Dr. Michael Agyekum Addo. We are going to discuss the principles of success and wealth creation, honesty and reliability, hard work. Don't spend it all. After that, we'll discuss investment, how to invest. Then I'm saying that you don't have to forget your history, who you are, and where you belong to. Then we'll touch on the God factor. Finally, patience. All these ingredients will go into one being successful. Then, because entrepreneurship is the order of the day, we'll also discuss the entrepreneurial revolution in the 21st century, so that graduates and then those who will be watching home base would also arm themselves with the ingredients of becoming a good entrepreneur. There's going to be a series of both the principles of wealth creation, which addresses attitude, and that of the fundamentals of entrepreneurship. Home base is the action point. Stay tuned and go by the series. Thank you.
Saproso olive oil, mejani yetepa. Saproso olive oil, angwa kroji dede. Saproso olive oil, mejani yetepa. Saproso olive oil, sobina soshe. Saproso olive oil,
every adjustment say eye.
Dear viewers, today is another interesting day. We are still on our entrepreneurship lectures, and I wish that you can make it with us subsequent weeks. So far, we've studied the attitude of an entrepreneur, what will make you strike fast and good. And these include the 7 principles that we have already studied. That you must be honest and reliable. You must be hardworking. Don't spend all that you get. Savings culture. Then you have learned investment. And then a hammered home that don't forget your history. Fear God and be patient. We have discussed all that. Then we started entrepreneurship. And we had a classroom setting. We had some people from the universities, and we gave them a lecture, and they also asked questions. Then we had a studio session where I had 2 people asking me questions on how to identify business opportunities and how to know what you need to do. Right now, I want us to talk about creativity. Subsequent weeks, we also talk about innovation, ideas, and so on and so forth. I wish you could always be hooked onto your television and watch us discuss entrepreneurship. That is a 21st century entrepreneurial revolution. I want you to know that there is a revolution, which is about the mind. This revolution for the next 100 years is to do with the mind. If you want to make it in life, it's about your mind. And I've already discussed with you that the brain is having left and the right-hand side of it. They work differently. Whereas the left-hand side of the brain talks about logic, language, analysis, arguments. We have sharpened all these, and that is with the left-hand side of the brain. The right controls art, music, dance, imagination, innovation, and for that matter, entrepreneurship. It's all about the mind. And 21st century is about the mind, oh, my dear friends, my dear viewer. If you know what the Uber is doing with his mind, creating business for himself, you using your car, he using his car. He, the Uber man, sits in his office and he makes his money. So let us talk about creativity with the mind. Right. So we move on. So what is creativity at all? And I'm saying that creativity, let's get it from the word creative. creative. And if creative is spelled this way, then the meaning can come when you turn it the opposite way. Agyekum. So Agyekum is the definition for creativity. And that is every virgin idea takes a lot of energetic, raw courage. Every virgin idea takes a lot of energetic, raw courage. Without the courage, you can't do it. Without the energy, you will not ever start. But the idea is there. And it's virgin because nobody has seen it. If somebody is already doing it, and you add on something to it, that is innovation. You are innovating it. But to create something new. And I'm saying that it is possible in Ghana here. There's a lot that we can do. So please, every virgin idea, which it comes in your dreams, dream well. If you listen to the radio, people are talking about dreams where somebody is chasing him, somebody is shooting him. This one is all about witchcraft. Somebody sleeping with him every night. It's because of what you've been listening, what you've been hearing, what you've been seeing, that gives you all these funny dreams. Dream about money. Dream about business. And I like the guy who says that me in the Mesoria, the imagine how to make money. Such a person will dream big and dream about how to make money. That is the kind of mindset you should have. Don't think about the devil, Satan, evil things, and so on and so forth. Oh, as I know, you block your mind, that imaginative side of your mind. Please open your mind. Indeed, to start with how to open your mind, let us use this Gottschalk figuring. Gottschalk figuring. This Gottschalk figuring is about these 9 dots. Now, if you fix your mind and say, use only 4 lines or 3 lines to pass through all the dots, it will be difficult for you to do it. So you've watched it, and I want you to use only 4 lines to touch all the dots. So if you start with here, and come all the way here, 2, 3, 4, you'll be left to this one. If you start from here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, you would have left this one. So how do you use only 4 lines to touch all the dots? You got to go beyond these dots. Go beyond the dots. Then I'm sure you can do it. And that's what we say, think outside the box. So if you take these 9 dots as the box, go beyond it, then you can do it. You want me to show you? Then let me give you a typical example of your waste in your home. Zoom Lion thought about just the waste. No. He went further on as to what would I use this waste for? And now, as composite waste, he's trying to get electricity out of it. These bottles, what do you do with it? We'll discuss it. So, my dear friends, I would say that let us start trying to do this homework. So you go this way, you go beyond the dots. Then you pick these 2. That's the second line. When I've come to the end of that line, then you have these 3 in line. Okay? Then you have these 3. Easy for you. So you go this way, that way, then you pick this one, and then there you go. I hope you can clap for me. You see? it makes life simple if you go beyond the dots. So go this way, that way, come this way, and then there you go. Now from here and there, that is the creativity. So any problem that you are facing in your life, my dear friend, don't just face the problem squarely. No, go around it. That's why our fathers were using family members, church members to solve family problems. Go beyond and use people that the two of you will respect their verdict. So I believe it was even far, far better than the normal courts. You know that these days they've even introduced ADR, Alternative Dispute Resolution Courts. And that alternative dispute resolution helps us to resolve our problems. Now let's talk about business. How do you do these things with respect to business? You don't have money. You are a graduate. You don't have a job. You want to have a job. That's why this course, this series of Be with Dr. Addo on entrepreneurship at home-based television on Mondays, 7:30 to 8, is so crucial that you've got to watch it and learn from it, and you'll be a better person. I have all these ideas in my book, Fundamentals of Entrepreneurship. Get a copy from Kingdom Books, Mikado pharmacy outlets all over the country, and you'll be on the road to success and having your creative power being established. In the book, I'm saying that creativity is to generate or recognize ideas. There are funny ideas that come to your mind. Instead of thinking as to how to win that girl, think of how to win that money. And don't go that way, that tangent where you have to be so smart as to even use ritual murders or use armed robbery to get the money. No, that is wrong. If you do that, you'll be caught and you will not have the life to use that kind of money. As we teach you and you follow the principles, you also make money legitimately and peaceful. That's what I am saying. And there are a lot of possible ways of creating the ideas that will generate the money for you. My dear friends, it is about thinking and then producing, dreaming and implementing your dream. Don't behave like the deaf and dumb who has dreamt but cannot relate it to you because you don't understand the sign language. In your case, you can talk about it. So dream, relate the dream to whatever it is in reality and start. So please, even the deaf and dumb, these days, when they dream, they write it down and then they implement. So why don't we copy them? They are so smart, they are so intelligent, and they are able to create businesses. What about you and I? There is a deaf and dumb guy in Amsterdam who has created a disco, a spot for people that are deaf and dumb. He has made it such a way that the floor has all these gadgets that will vibrate the floor when the music is high. When the music is hot, then the whole wall has screens that will spread pepper. It spreads pepper on the screen that you see. That means that the music is hot. And then you feel in your legs that vibration of the floor. And then you see them wailing and chanting and dancing so well to the rhythm of the music. Meanwhile, they don't hear it. But it's innovation, vibrating floor, and good messages on the screens. What about you? Able person. He is physically challenged. What about you? So think about it, dream, and then use your dreams to create business. Your business should be novel, it should be varied, Don't worry about its complexity. In dreams, you can be flying and jumping and going under the ground. All these give you ideas. Then you need to communicate these ideas and then the values attached to them. Then you solve the problems. Then you see that you are there. So please work on that. Another area that you have to think is artwork. Try to interpret art pieces that you see. And by so doing, you'll be opening your right-hand side of your brain, imaginative mind, to create how to make use of the palm nut, the palm kernel, the leaves. What can you use these things for? Don't let us wait until the Malaysians has made over 100 uses of the palm tree. Meanwhile, they got the nuts from us. Don't let us wait for the cocoa beans to get wasted, for these Swiss to pick these seeds and make chocolate out of it. Let us visit Cocoa Research Institute at Tafo in the Eastern region. And they will tell you that research has shown that you can use cocoa beans, cocoa sweat, into 23 different products, including wine, whiskey, soaps. What are we doing with our cocoa? Is it the cocoa powder that we use like Milo? No. There's more to it that we can think of. So creativity. Let us try to be creative. All the things that we see around, what is behind them? Now we are drinking bottled water. Somebody created. I remember this Insu man who was advertising this bottled water about 10, 15 years ago. It comes out of a sand. Now you don't even hear of Insu anymore. Oh, we have all pounced on that Insu thing, and now we have various brands of the water. He created it. Assuming he was still living and working on it, would have been a billionaire, not a millionaire in cities. What about you? What are you thinking of? The ordinary sand that we have at the beach can be used to make glass. This glass is made out of sand. We have plenty of sand in Ghana. What are we doing with it? My dear viewer, that's a challenge. So I'm saying that in this book, that to be creative is a skill that we need to develop. It's a process that you need to develop. It's all about the mindset. Don't lock up your mind with fear, doubts, timidity, shyness. All these things block our creative mind. As Ghanaians, we are sharp, we are smart, we can be creative. Somebody has to tell you, and I am telling you, that you can solve problems in your community by being creative. If you have water problems, be creative. Not only borehole. When it rains, all the rains go away, and then after the rains, we cry. How? Why? Now the air, there's so much pollution. What do you do with our air? Nobody's thinking about it. I'm thinking about the fact that the mask that we put because of the COVID should have air, pure air in it, and not ordinary air, which you exhale and you inhale your own air, and you exhale carbon dioxide, and you inhale carbon. You are supposed to inhale oxygen, but because of the mask, the air that you have exhaled into the mask is what you breathe in. Very soon, there's going to be a lot of other diseases coming out of this. You have to be innovative. How do we do it? It's an idea. My dear friends, my dear viewer, creativity is key for the success of this country. The economic crisis that we are having, we are experiencing, got to be creative. What do we do around it? And if you invite me for your seminars, for your crusades, for your retreats, then we can discuss further on. For now, I'm giving you ideas as to how you can be creative. So when you have the ideas, you have dreamt about something new, put in energy. Otherwise, it will die in your mind, in your head. The organ called the brain has a power in it called the mind. And the mind has emotions. It's sometimes sad or happy. When it is sad, then it instructs the tear gland, the lacrimal gland, and then you cry. When it's happy, you can also cry when you are overjoyed. It's all because of the mind. Controlling your emotions, controlling your manhood even. And then you say, oh, I'm happy. Now I can perform. Now I can do what I needed to do. Yes, that's fine. But that's about the mindset. Please, don't think about big things at the same time. No, you can start small. And when you start small, then you can expand it with your ideas. Sometimes to use things that you play with, like toys, like funny things, like your mobile phone, to give you creative ideas. My dear viewer, you are a Ghanaian. I see that we fix our mind on issues, on certain problems, so that we don't have solutions to it. No. We must have alternative measures to every possible thing that comes into our mind. I would advise the youth that even in choosing a wife, you got to have alternatives. But I warn you not to bed with them because you get fixed on to them. But have alternatives so that you can know their lifestyle, whether it's a marriage material or not. The business that we want to do, try and have alternatives. So if this one doesn't work, the other one works. My dear friend, been to school, you finish SS, you finish the tertiary, you are educated in economics, political science, pharmacy, medicine, name them. All these courses offer opportunities, offer ideas for you to be strong. Let me ask you whether you know your talent. You don't know your talent. So if you are a footballer, you are a table tennis player, you are an athlete. If you do athletics, then these are some of the examples of talents that I am showing you in the book. Try to practice them daily. And you see that you can run faster. If you're a footballer, run uphill. This Peduase hill. Use it every morning so that when you come to a flat land, you can run better. I wonder whether the footballers do this. You can also run in the sand by the beach. And so on the flat land, you can run better. So the beach and uphill in Peduase, do it every day for 1 year, and you see that you'll be a better runner no matter what. Be you a defender, a midfielder, or an attacker, you'll be a better footballer, a better athlete. And other things that you need to do. My dear friends, this one is the normal corn. Look at the type of food that our parents had used them. These are creative ideas. This is not innovation, this is creative. The seed itself, then you can make other foodstuffs out of it. That's how to develop your talent. Let me ask you the office pin. The normal office pin that we use. Tailors use it. What other uses can you use the office pin for? To be creative. I'll give you 3 seconds to tell me what other uses the office pin can be used for. Number 1, as far as I'm concerned, you can use the office pin as an earring. You can, bend it such that it becomes earring. can use it as a weapon, the office pin. You can use it as a metallic brush. You fix plenty in a board, becomes a metallic brush, which you can use it to shine your things. You can use the pin as a toothpick. True or false? It has never dawned on you that you can use it as a toothpick. Don't fix your mind that it is an office pin, so that is office pin only. You can use it as a teaching aid. You can use it as an acupuncture tool, acupuncture. You prick the skin with it, and then you are through. Sometimes even when you have an inflammation and the blood is there, you can use the office pin, you sterilize it, and you prick it, especially when you get a snake bite. The blood will flow, and then you get relief. The use of office pin in alternative ways is creativity. Creativity. And these, my good friends, these engineers, because it's so sharp, they've put this one so that if you want to put your material on the wall, you have a free range of the tip. Covered with this material, this plastic, becomes comfortable for you to use the office pin. You can use it this way. This one too, the same office pin that have been innovated into this form, which you can clip your papers with. Tailors and seamstresses also use this safety pin. You fix it in, and then you fix it back like this, and it becomes safe. You can hold on. You can use some of these things to build ideas, to build business. Let me ask you about this bottle. You see people throwing them away, and it comes fixed as drinking bottle. That's all, containing water. No. What other uses? I want 10 other uses out of the use of this. I'll give you first 5, and then you need to give me 10 next week. You can also give me an answer via the telephone number underneath the screen, and then you give your comments to even the training that you are receiving. This plastic bottle can be used as a musical instrument. At least you are using it to beat a drum. You can also use it as a flower vase. You open it, you put water in it or some sand, you have your flowers in it as a flower vase. You can also use it as a funnel. You cut the base here, and with your petrol tank, you can fix it in your tank, and then you put your petrol in like a funnel. You can also fill your lantern with this funnel, with your kerosene. My dear friend, you can also use it as a decorative piece for decoration. All right? And finally, you can use it as a playing tool among children. I want you to add 10 more to these 5 that I've given you. Next week, I'll ask whoever gets the 10 nicely. And I agree that you are not going to tell me it will be used for oil, as a container for Gary, as a container for this. I've already told you, as a container for water. You don't need to tell me it's used as a container again. But you use it for other purposes, then I'll be happy with you. And that's the more reason why I think that Sabroso olive oil is not only the oil for anointing purposes. No, not only that. You can use it when you have ear wax. You put a little in your ear and can dissolve the wax and comes out. If you get dry mouth, instead of getting a lip shine, Sabroso olive oil. And then you are nice there. You, the ladies, you need the 100 ml bottles in your bags. You see that your lips will be shiny. Hairdressers, use it. Caterers, use it for their salad. You can also use it to fry your eggs and fry your stew. Sabroso olive oil does a lot. That's what I use. And because it has very low cholesterol, if nothing at all, it's also advised by doctors, those who have hypertension, those having stroke. Please, Sabroso olive oil is the oil of choice. So you go to your physiotherapist, you can also use it to massage. So the masseur, they have to use Sabroso olive oil. It doesn't smell like other oils. It doesn't give that nauseatic feeling. No, Sabroso olive oil smells good, it tastes good. So use it. I'm telling you all this because I want you to be creative with this Sabroso olive oil. Don't think that it's only for anointing purposes. No. Finally, I want you to see these ropes. 2 ropes hung from the floor, from the ceiling, and you are standing on the floor. How do you tie these 2 ropes? If you pick one and walk all the way to the other end, it will not reach, and vice versa, it will not reach. But I've been given some tools on the table. So how do you tie the 2 ropes? It's about the mindset. It's about the mindset. It's about the mind. If you get the answer, give it to us on the number under the screen, and you get a key holder if you get the right answer. How do you tie the 2 ropes? That is your homework. I thank you this time around, and I believe next week you'll be ready to listen to the next one of innovation. We'll discuss innovation, and the following will be ideas. I want you to be a better person as far as the country is concerned, the economy is concerned. Get ideas and make business out of it and make your money out of it. Thank you.
Sabroso olive oil, mejani etepa. Sabroso olive oil, angwa krochi tete. Sabroso olive oil, mejani etepa. Sabroso olive oil, so bina so she. Sabroso olive oil.
If the Agyekum say